it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
7:29 right now, Piscopo in the morning. Arthur Aidala here. Look how fun. You're watching, you're YouTubing, and you're Facebooking. Look at this blue. See?
You know, Joe, you're so complimentary
Blue
every
is
time.
great. Look at
Every
this.
time I walk into the studio, you tell me I look good. You know, I just want to reveal my secret. My secret, Joe, it's very simple. Every time I go into a pizzeria, I go, no cheese. No cheese. Can I have no cheese on the pizza?
You look good. Are you on the Melinda Keller?
Yeah, I always do Melinda Keller. But let me. Well, excuse me.
The Brooklyn Mama said my nephew Brett is on. He looks spectacular. You look great.
The old days, Joe.
But you did all that.
Frankie beat up. You don't. Frankie doesn't take you to a pizzeria.
Frankie, tell them what I did with the clip.
No.
Tell Arthur what I did.
If you said skim milk cheese, what do you do? Be sitting down? I mean, are you kidding me? Skim milk?
What did I do with the clip? Peter?
So he has they bring out this beautiful burrata, right? So we're all diving into this burrata. We save a big chunk of it for Joe. He cuts off a fingernail's worth of the burrata. And then he's going on, about how much he's going to have to work out to work off this fingernails. Like you could barely see
it. By the way, that was a mozzarella. That was so spectacular.
Yeah.
How would you know? You had a fingernail.
I know because I could tell you savor it more. When you scoff, you don't taste.
No. Just have a piece.
You scoff like the animals, right? Boom. You scoff.
For those of you who don't know what scoff means, you shoving it. I can remember being a kid. My father would be like, "What are you doing? You're scoffing it down." I mean, that's not in Webster's
Frankie, where does he get at the Danino's? It was Michael Burke at Danino's on McDougal. Where does he get that mozzarella? That was spectacular.
Well, they make the mozzarella there. The burrata, they bring in from a special Italian importer.
They make their own mozzarella.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But then we're all enjoying the clam pie, and Joe takes a slice of the clam pie. We're all excited. He's going to try this clam pie.
He
cuts off just the corner of the clam pie.
I was like De Blasio.
Yeah,
I was like De Blasio.
No, De Blasio eats a full slice. You cut off just
with a fork and knife.
Corner of the clam pie.
I got to stand up for the mayor.
Here we go.
Have you ever been to Italy?
Here we go.
No.
In Italy, they eat pizza with a fork and knife.
Yeah.
There is no like Saturday Night Fever,
Two slices,
Tony
two
walking
on top,
down the street.
Right, yeah, with
they
the
eat pizza
yeah.
with a fork and
Now
knife. So
that I didn't know.
And he did spend a lot of time in Italy. So that's all I'll say. In Joe's defense, look, if I was trying to date Carol Alt, I'd stop eating pizza.
That's true.
I'd start eating
When
mozzarella.
you're in New York City,
I'd be on your
if you're
wife's
in
diet.
California, if you're in California, okay, and you say no cheese, they look at you. It's acceptable.
New
York,
can I tell you,
not acceptable.
fellas, you're butt of the joke, old Joe here. Can I tell you, please?
Yeah.
Listen to me. I sat there. I didn't know what to order. Frankie says, bring this, bring that. I knew exactly what he wanted. I look at Michael Burke at Danino's, and I go, well, I worry about the calories and the cheese. Michael Burke at Danino's says to me, you want us to make it with no cheese? We can make it with no cheese. Boom, like that. I went, oh, my God, I've never heard that before.
They do. They offer a vegan pie.
So
there,
it
too.
was, no, but listen, it was, so if you put, Arthur, this is it, but you're not, if you're on the Brooklyn Wellness, I saw with Brett, my nephew, he makes it all with the drops. It's brilliant the way Dr. Melinda has done that. But with me, I have to be careful with like the butter or the cheeses. You put the sauce on that pie was
Very
so
thrilling
thin,
going
Chris.
out to a restaurant, Joe.
Listen.
The waiter comes over, he goes, we have this special, we got this, we got gabuzzel. He goes, can I have a piece of chicken with no oil, no butter, and please, no flavor whatsoever? The more it tastes like cardboard.
What do you want to drink, Joe? What do you want to drink? Martini? You want a Manhattan?
Water.
Just water flat,
Just water.
please.
So, of course, I tell the waiter,
Non-gasata.
I go, put a little Grey Goose in his water. Just loosen him up a little bit.
I did that. That happened at
Joe, you look great. And since we're here busting your
No,
chops,
I
I want
don't.
to kiss your butt for 1 second.
Oh.
For a couple more seconds. I was actually going to do this on Friday when apparently I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, you didn't know that?
We'll talk about that another time. But,
but listen, look at your paycheck. That's right.
I do it for you guys. Anyway.
Do you charge by the hour when you come on the radio?
I wish. So I was having a conversation yesterday. I was actually at the Friars Club where you are loved.
Oh, I got to get back to doing that Kevin Meaney thing. I got to get back to that.
They really, every time I bring up your name,
we got to
love
go
you.
do a show there, Arthur. We should do a Rat Pack thing.
Forget about it. Forget, Joe. You would
see,
blow
I
the
could call
roof
Carol Alt for
off
that.
the plane.
That
Yes,
would be-
you could.
See?
But the conversation was, and I was with some pretty heavy hitters, behind the scene heavy hitters. So the people who, folks don't know, not household
gangsters
names.
is what you're trying to tell me.
No. All Jewish guys. They're all the Jewish. They're all the managers and the producers and the directors.
Yeah.
And they were listing guys whose on-air persona is so different from their off-air persona.
That's an
and
interesting conversation.
Not in a positive way. Basically, what jerks these guys are off the air.
Oh,
where
names.
on the
Names,
air, they're
Arthur.
happy-go-lucky. I will not repeat names except
Counsel.
Talking to an attorney.
the
You're not
name
gonna
I
reveal
will
names.
repeat is Joe Piscopo. Because after all the Altacockers were complaining about this one and that one, and they were all nationalities and creeds and whatever, I said, you know who's not like that at all? I said, Joe Piscopo. I said, what you hear on the radio, what you see on TV, that's exactly the same. And they were all like, absolutely, he's a good man. He's a goyim, but he's a good goyim. We love him very much. And Joe, that is true. And in honor of yesterday, which was obviously a national holiday for you, me, and my mother, because of 20-year anniversary
Of the old man.
when I was in
Rest his soul.
L.A. and I didn't buy anybody anything, I saw something that I had to get from my friend Joe. Now, you may have it, you may not, but here it is. Quotations from Chairman
this
Frank
is
Sinatra.
great.
Now, do you have this book?
No, but I have the Padre Pio book.
Yeah, that was from my mother. Or my,
It's
my
very.
mother.
I don't know what. I'll probably read this more than the Padre Pio
Well,
book.
it's
I love
quotes-
Padre
It's
Pio.
quotes from Frank Sinatra, and you want to talk about my
Where
mother?
did
But
you?
it's modeled after Mao's little red
Yeah,
book.
but here's what you do.
People that
You get the Padre Pio book. You put that inside. So everybody thinks you're reading from Padre
So
Pio.
Chairman Mao.
This
quotes
is
from
how
Chairman Mao.
insane
That's a
my
great-
mother is with the three of you. Ready? Here we go. Number one, I call her on Mother's Day. I'm like, Ma, happy Mother's Day. It's like 10 o'clock. She's like, oh, thank you very much. I go, Ma, you sound horrible. I go, you sound exhausted. She goes, I'm all right. I go, what have you been doing? I've been listening to Morano since 4 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to hear denunciations to make sure he didn't come down on you for anything. Okay, so that's
Watch it
number
up,
one.
Marianne, we
number
love you.
Number two, she's so excited because we're going to Lorenzo's Friday night.
Are you? You,
Right?
you,
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what?
going with my parents,
Oh,
right?
great.
And though she says to me,
thank you.
is Gattulo going to be there? Because Daddy wants to talk beers with him. I go, I don't think so. I don't think he's coming. Here's her answer. Don't worry. I'm going to call him. She goes, I'm going to call him and make Gattulo
You know, she
come
leaves me
Friday night."
voice messages.
She
You know
lo-
that.
Joe, forget about it.
she's
I
a
go, Ma,
sweetheart.
leave Gattulo alone. And then she wanted to make sure that Joe was really going to be spectacular Friday night. Let him get his rest. I go, Ma, don't worry, he's getting his rest. She goes, how do you know? I go, because I'm doing his show Friday night. He'll be sleeping.
You know
and I'll
what?
be
You know who
doing
your
his show
mother's.
Friday
You're gonna love seeing Michael on stage too.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
no.
meeting him at
Yeah.
Michael's. The
Yeah,
restaurant.
no, the kid's doing great. This is great. Arthur, this is quotations from Chairman Frank Sinatra, not Mao Morano. I know.
No, but it's modeled after Chairman Mao's book.
It is.
It's
Very good.
red
You're right.
and-
You
yeah.
see where I got it?
Yeah, this is great. Yeah.
I was in L.A. last weekend, and I'm in the store, and
Thank
I'm not
you.
buying anything.
Thank you.
So I said to Marion,
The old
I
man
got to
said-
buy this for Patrick.
People often remark that I'm pretty lucky, Frank Sinatra says. Luck is only important insofar as getting the chance to sell yourself at the right moment. After that, you've got to have talent and know how to use it. Here's the old man. Thank you, baby. Thank you,
good way to
Arthur.
start
Appreciate
things
that. 7:37. Arthur's going to stick around with us, and then he's going to stay right here, right through Friday, because he's going to be on the air for us with Joe Borelli on Friday. Jersey Joe on the radio, 7:45. Frankie Fibros is here. Albert is here. Arthur Aidala is here. So what are you insinuating? Frankie writes the questions and I never go there? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Joe, you and I, look, I'm not blaming you. You and I go off on crazy tangents from Mozzarella.
You know what though, and Frank, he's the best. You know what?
you don't
When I
tell
talk
me
to
that.
somebody like yourself, I talk to Avi Dershowitz. You know who's going to be there, by the way, at Lorenzo's on Friday.
He's coming?
Did I just say? Excuse me, Frankie Fibros.
Wow, that changes everything.
When we were at Geraldo's book signing, you see how I'm not going to the questions already? You see I'm not going. When I,
Yeah, by the way,
poor
you-
Frankie. But if there's a vital question, believe me, Frankie.
That was a great night. I insisted you went. I go, Joe, you go to the book signing. You're going to love it. Did you love it in that room?
Shout out to Bill Hemmer, too. He intercepted me as I went in. He went, Joe, come on, I'll walk up with you. So Bill got me all through. We went through. It was a love fest.
Hemmer's a good guy.
Judge Knapp was there. They were all great. And then I see Frankie with Professor Dershowitz, who I have immense respect for. This is your guy. He loves you. You know. So I went up to him. I told the story before a couple of days ago, 7:46 with Joe and Arthur and Alan Frank. So I go, Professor, thanks for being on the show. He goes, I'm coming to Lorenzo's. Like that.
I got to call him this
Like
week.
that.
We'll connect.
So, and
what
if
time
he
is
can't,
the show, by the way? My mother's
it's-
been asking me all week.
It's like, I think it's 9-ish.
Oh, good. That's
9-ish.
better.
So it's later.
Late.
Yeah. So we
So,
just.
we eat there or no? I came 2 years ago.
Yeah, if you eat
We
there,
eat there.
that's
We're
a great
eating,
place.
Wait, we're
Yeah.
eating before or during the show? How does it work?
Before the show,
Okay.
and then we go on and I'm ripping it up. I'm putting all songs I've done, and Avi wanted. Professor Dershowitz said, he goes, my favorite song. I go, what? He goes, My Way. I never.
Oh, you never do My Way. Out of respect to the old man.
Will you tell him?
I do.
Will you tell
I
him?
know that. That's your whole thing. It's a hard song to sing.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
a hard
You
song to
can't.
sing.
Only
The old
it's
man
the old man can
crushed
sing it. You know.
He crushed it.
So and we got the full big band, which means I'm walking away in debt on this.
But it is a good. You know, when I was out in California, I was with Dina Martin,
Yeah, she's
who
great.
was on your show
What-
right
what-
beforehand,
what were you with Dina?
and she just played Lorenzo's.
Yeah.
And she feels exactly the way you do. She's like, it's the best room to
Yeah,
play.
it's a great room.
The
Yeah.
acoustics where
Yeah,
you see the
yep,
people and
yep,
everything.
yep,
So
yep. And
we're
you
very
know,
excited. I'll
we-
be in a coma from waking up at 4 in the morning. having a
Oh
full
my
day at
God,
work.
you know what?
I gotta leave your show. I have to go to court. I have to go to lunch. I have to go to my client's meeting office. I have to pick up my son off the bus. Then get my parents, and then go to Lorenzo's.
Yeah, you
That's
got to get a
gonna be a
rest.
day
Get a
on
rest. You got to
Friday.
get a rest though. Will you get a rest?
Listen,
now?
Carol Alt.
Yeah.
Carol Alt.
Oh, at Lorenzo's.
It's my motivation.
No,
I
yeah,
like to
not
push
bad.
ups. I'm like, if Joe could do it, I could do it. If Joe could do it, I could do
You
it.
were impressed with that. I
And
don't,
you
it
took
was-
very good. Speaking of Carol Alt, you took very good care of my in-laws at the Plaza.
Oh,
They were so excited to see you,
Jerry
and Nanette.
Jerry and
They
Nanette.
text me, they're like, tell Joe
Frankie,
Piscopo
Five
we're
Boroughs.
at table 16.
Five Bros. We're at the Plaza. It's as classy as it gets, and it's great. And now I'm getting my Michael. We set Michael up. The Midtown Men. I'm trying to get the show off. We're gonna kick. It's a big nonprofit for a hospital for special surgery for ALS and Dr. Lang, and so then what do I get? I get a text from Arthur. My in-laws are there. Did you send me a picture?
No,
Did
no,
you
no, I
do-
just sent you a
you-
text.
Because they said. So I said table 16. You knew the table.
And you know, the thing is,
Table 16.
I didn't. Well, they told me, tell Joe we're at table 16. They were sitting with Joe Bachacaloop and da-da-da-da. I
So
said,
with them,
Tell
he
him to
goes,
grab a few drinks on the way over here.
so we're sitting down, and I go, excuse me, I got to go make. So I took Mikey with me. It was good that you did that. You know why? I worked the room, and it was after Mikey was on. Everybody was so nice. It was a love fest because everybody stopped. Joe, with the kids, how you and I feel about our kids, you know? And then boom, and one guy grabs me. I believe he was at your in-laws table. He said, he pulled me tight. He goes, that was great with your son. He goes, I understand. It's 15. It's a tough age. And it was like a love fest. So thanks for that. It worked out
so
great.
the funny part was
Then we
my
took
father-
pictures with everybody.
Right, my father-in-law texted me that they'd let you know. I text you. I don't hear from anybody. And then in the middle of Mother's Day dinner, I go, how was Piscopo the other day? Oh, he was great. I go, he didn't get a chance to come over and say hello? Oh, yeah, he did. We took pictures.
yeah, we did all day.
Maybe you wanted to let me know that part of things. So,
Didn't they send you the picture?
No.
I took the picture.
He told me you were sending. He goes, Joe said he was sending you
No,
the picture.
I mean,
go, he's
I-
probably a little distracted with 500 people in the ballroom.
I
in the
meant for
plaza.
him to send the picture, but what a great couple,
my in-laws
And
are
boy, you
so
you could kiss butt with your in-laws as good as anybody. I got to tell you,
No,
you
they
are great.
deserve
They love
every
you.
kiss on their butt. They deserve.
They love
They're
love you.
wonderful, wonderful people.
And the beautiful grandchildren that they have. Huh? All good.
Everything's good. You know, we were talking a little bit off air about the New York State Attorney General's race, and it ties into the topic that we're on right now. So, when Schneiderman went down last week, Frank was actually one of the first people to call me. You know, he was not a well-liked guy. I mean,
You know,
he was not. You know,
now
when
I'm hearing
Clinton
a
got
lot.
impeached, he had 250 people around him. You know, when Spitzer got nailed with the prostitute, he was standing there all alone.
with socks on.
This Schneiderman would have been in Spitzer's camp. He was not like well
So why?
loved.
But did you see anything with
No.
that?
Because
Because
everyone thought he was weird because he used to wear eyeliner or mascara.
But it was he had surgery. He had
Was that what it
yeah.
was?
It looked like he dyed it. He died. I know because I'm close. I'm a step away myself, you know. But I
Okay.
could see the surgery. He had surgery with the eyes thing.
Yeah, there was something a little
So-
odd
yeah.
there. But whatever. He was very.
But that's why you know what?
He was not a man of the
when
people.
someone is like that extreme about going after the president, going after everything, going after every little thing, I'm telling you, it's like the person that's very like I'm very religious, but I know my flaws, and believe me, I'm lucky to be in the.
Someone in the Bible said, "Let's not throw stones at glass houses." Right?
I'm telling you,
Was
but
it Jesus?
the people that do, and that say, no, you have to do that. Those are the people you got to watch out for.
I agree. And, and Spitzer was like that, holier than thou, I'm clean as a whistle.
Spitzer with the socks.
Yeah, I don't mind the sock. Whatever.
But you know what?
Fire, you got to get up.
In the Democratic,
I'm not a sock.
The Democratic Party's raising money with the Spitzer socks.
But when this was announced, I got a lot of phone calls from a lot of very important people, Frank Morano being amongst them, about, Art, you want to run? Art, you want to run?
You should be.
I want to run. I mean, I'm in the morning, I'm in the shower, I got the logo. It's, Aidala for Attorney General. You see A&A, and the logo was, the motto was going to be an attorney, not a politician. Because Spitzer, Cuomo, Schneiderman, they were all politicians just using that office to get to governor. And I was going to say I would make a commitment to only run 8 years, only have 2 terms, and I would not run for governor. I just want to be the attorney general. I want to be the lawyer of the people. I wouldn't care. I would do polling and see whatever line I could win on, because the attorney general doesn't deal with the Senate. The attorney general, here's the punchline, right? So I'm all fired up, right? I'm in the shower.
I got Frankie behind you doing this.
I know. I'm listening to you guys. I'm like, I'm doing this, and then I go downstairs, right? And there's my 1.5-year-old son, and he's like, Dad. And then Luca my oldest son sends me a poem he wrote in school about he loves this and he loves that and this is what he does. And then there's one line, Joe. It says, and I cry sometimes when I miss my daddy.
Oh, boy.
And, I only know how to do things one way, which is 100%. And if I was really going to run for attorney general, I would not see those 2 kids. Because you got to be up at 6 in the morning at a breakfast, and you got to be out until 10 o'clock at night at a dinner.
Is that right?
And in the middle of school, they're in school.
Yeah.
And I looked around, and I looked at my priorities, and I thought about it, and you check your ego, you put your ego in check, and you say, you know what? I would love to do this. It would be awesome. I'm sure I could help a lot of people. But these 2 little people, as well as my wife,
bring them.
They need me as more than it. So I called Morano, or he called me, and we had a chat. And I said, Frank, I can't leave my 2 sons at this point.
It ain't over yet. I could see it. Yeah, listen, it's great. By the way, thanks for texting that with you and Luca. You were there at the Yankee game.
Yeah.
That was huge, man. On the field, excuse me.
It was wonderful.
Maybe you could take us one day.
Were we supposed to talk about this sports betting? Justice Alito.
I'm getting this. I'm getting break.
Alito wrote the decision. He wrote it? Yeah, and he basically said, telling the state they can't have sports betting, it's like having federal armed guards in the legislature telling them what they can and can't do. He said, I can't imagine a bigger assault on state sovereignty. And our system of government is that the states should be able to decide, we are going to legalize marijuana, we're not. We are going to have the death penalty, we're not. State by state. So Vermont could be different than Wyoming, could be different than Utah, could be different than New York. And that's the thing in states. So just so you know, Utah could say we're not having sports gambling. And New York could say we are.
All right.
Personally, I'm not a big sports gambling fan. I like to watch the game for the purity of the game, not for the over and the under and this and that. But we'll see how it plays out. If it helps Jersey, that means it helps Joe.
Lord.
That makes me happy.
We need that. Lower the taxes. Governor Murphy, please. 7:54, Piscopo in the morning. That's Arthur Aidala.
Everybody knows this guy. No, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.